All right, emerging technology class members, here you go. This is a wrap up of our week one. Make sure everybody is on board with all the stuff we've been doing so you can get to your course learning material, which is up here. Make sure you're familiar with all these concepts we covered in week one. We created a simple HTML page. We learned how to host it on local servers. We reviewed the basic elements of HTML page construction, stuff you should have learned from your Web Technologies 2 course. We started exploring the concept of web services, which is what we'll be covering in this course. And then we got ourselves set up with our GitHub account. We registered our GitHub URL on the Moodle Classroom page database. Make sure you do that, because that's how I'm going to be taking all your work to market, so you need to do that. We learned how to work with the Apache web server and how to configure it to point to our working directory. We learned how to use Visual Studio Code, which will be our development environment for this course. We learned how to view our page with Apache web server, as well as with the live server built into Visual Studio Code. We learned how to work with PowerShell, and in particular, we learned how to use the Git client in PowerShell to commit our work to GitHub. So here's some of the learning resources we worked with. You can go back and review that if you need to. So make sure you know all that stuff. And make sure you know how to work with Visual Studio Code, which is what we'll be working with. Make sure you review the course outline so you're familiar with all the things we're going to be studying. We did that in class, but I'll go over that again. Also, make sure you're familiar with the evaluation timetable so you see when all of your tests and assignments are. And yeah, pretty much all of that. So starting in week 2, which is this class coming up next week, we're going to start to work on our first assignment, so make sure you're there on time, and we will see you in class. Have a good weekend.